Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Monday night, and let's see what the market was like. It wasn't too bad, actually, especially after Friday's big dip. It did bounce back pretty good. Microsoft and NVIDIA were still down, Tesla a little bit. I was surprised Tesla didn't bounce back up, but we'll be watching that tomorrow. And first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody tonight? And here is your heat map right there. And like I was saying, NVIDIA down, Microsoft, Tesla right there, Meta, Google looking good, Apple looking good, them two looking pretty nice. This SPY was up right there. What the heck was that? What is that right there? I have no idea what the heck is that? Did the SPY do something like bizarre? What the heck happened right there? What is that candle? That's a crazy candle. What the heck is this? Look at this thing. What the heck is this? Look, that's definitely not the SPY. I don't even know what that is it? I have no idea. It should be. But what the heck is going on? I type in the SPY. That was weird. Let's go to the Qs and see what they look like. That was pretty strange right there. But there's the Qs. What the heck is this? That's a weird dip. Did the SPY like go crazy today? Like that's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I didn't see that either. Look at Pepsi. What did that do? But what the heck is going on with that thing? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I didn't see it happen right there, so I'm not sure what this thing's talking about. It didn't look like that earlier either because I was looking at it. And so yeah, I have no idea what that thing is. But anyway, that's a weird look. And so yeah, let's go through and see what's happening in the market right here. That Pepsi right there, it was up a little bit more, not looking too bad. And GameStop right here is definitely looking pretty good right there. It looks like that's going to get bumping. And is that I didn't even know they had a 2-time long right there, but there you go. There's the ETF for GameStop. If you're interested in that one tomorrow, you can take a look at that as well. So keep an eye on that. GMEU not looking too bad right there. And there you go. Portfolio is up 10.9% today. There you go. Laptop travel. That's a beauty right there. Got that with Verizon over the weekend right there. So there you go. And Verizon was bumping up over the weekend, as a matter of fact. So here we go. Let's get cruising and see what's going on today. ONDS right here was bouncing around a little bit. It's hitting that support line right there. As you can see, it came down, then ran up towards the end of the day. So maybe it will be bouncing off of that support right there, and these guys get moving. And then your Galaxy right there, that was down. But Bitcoin, is it really trying to bounce back? It's at 79K right now. So Cadence, it's I guess it's trying to bounce back from yesterday, but it's still down there pretty good for Bitcoin. We'll look at crypto. NASTS was dipping down pretty good, hitting that 20. Do they bounce off of these tomorrow? They generally have been, so we'll be watching to see if they do want to tomorrow. UMAC right there pulling back. Looks like it could try to turn around. And then your red wire right here is hitting like your 200 right through the 20, right to your 200 right there. And it's been bouncing off of them. So you'll definitely be watching all of these tomorrow. That's for sure. Rocket Lab right here having a little pullback. It could come back a little bit more. Remember we were saying this the other day? We should have shorted that down. Look at that, 7% right there coming down. We had talked about that one not looking good. Nuclear right here still pulling back. That's going to get set up. And Oklo right here, these guys were down today. Let them pull back and get set up again. We'll catch them on the rebound when they want to run back up again. And EOSE right here was dipping down as well, coming down through the 50. So has some support down here around 1265 it looks like. So we'll see if it wants to pull back tomorrow. And again, the market, they look like they want to bounce back. The market doesn't look bad, so they could easily bounce back. It did bounce up today. Iron right here looks like it wants to roll off that MACD. Look at it in the after hours right there. So all of these pullbacks seem to be great opportunities. Look at that thing. It does look like it wants to roll off right there. And it seems like they have earnings coming up on the 5th. So that's in a couple days. I did get a calendar. Where the heck did I even put that stupid thing? Here it is right here. I need to get a better one, though. I just found this one laying around. But anyway, the 5th is what, Thursday, it looks like? Yeah, it looks like it's Thursday right there. So anyway, there you go. And let's see, Palantir was up a little bit in the after hours. It ran up a lot more, and then it did pull back a little bit, as you can see. Oh, it did come back up a little more, too. So there you go, Palantir. Had pretty good news on the earnings report right there. And I don't know what's going on with that, Zach. As a matter of fact, I have no idea what they're doing with the ETF and all that. I haven't even been paying attention, to be completely honest with it. So kind of lost interest in all the meme coins and all that, so wasn't really paying much attention, to be completely honest. I have to look at it and see what's going on there, Zach, with that. And let's see what else is going on over here. We got these to look at, like gold and silver going down pretty big today. You know, it went down pretty good. Oil went down pretty good. Look at that thing, down 50%, went from 40 to 20. That's a big dip right there for your natural gas. I'm surprised. I mean, it's so cold, but I guess that was their resistance up here after them huge run ups. So they're pulling back right there. And that is your natural gas. Let's stay on here and see what this critical metals was doing. These were pulling back a little bit as well. MP right here was up, but nothing real crazy yet. Doesn't look like it's really ready to curl or do anything nutty yet. So we'll keep an eye on all these guys. And then your UAVS right here was just kind of hanging out today, but that looks like it could be getting ready to set up. RGTI still coming down. We'll take a look at the quantum and computer hardware ones, QUBT right here. Let's see what's going on with them. And let's see, quantum computing right here. It's trying to bottom out. Let's look at some of the other ones. D-Wave Quantum right here hitting that support level. So yeah, maybe these guys are trying to bottom out. QMCO, another one that looks like it's trying to, and QTUM. So maybe the quantums and computer hardware ones do look like they could get moving relatively soon. So we'll be keeping an eye on these tomorrow. QSI, a little bit of pullback right there. IONQ right here was pulling back today. And that one, wow, that looks like it could be getting ready to dip and rip right here, or just keep on dipping. But I would assume that's going to dip and rip right there. So definitely keep an eye on that. RCAT right here trying to rebound a little bit. And then, of course, our Z space right here up a little bit. And we'll see. That one kind of looks like it's bottoming out, but who knows with this one. And nobody really ever knows about Z space. I don't even think they know about Z space, to be honest with you. What's the market cap? 12.7 million for that company right there. Anyway, there you go with your computer hardware and quantum ones. And let's take a look at USAR right here. That was down a little bit. It was running around a lot today. It was up a little bit, then it came down, ran back up, pulled back some. I was checking it out. It does look like it could pull back a little bit more, but again, all of these have been good dip opportunities, to be completely honest with you. UAMY right here, your United States Anatomy one, and that one was trying to kind of level itself out after that good pullback last week. We'd have to look at some of these when they open up tomorrow just to get a better idea. You saw it right here. It's not looking bad. It should try to roll off right there for that. And then that UAMY should come around and try to curl up. So these guys could look a lot better tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And then they just dipped there on Friday pretty good. The last couple days they were dipping like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You right here. Let's see. That one's pulling back as well. That one could continue to dip down right here. Look at it pulling back, crossing through. That one could dip down a little bit more. And then your ASPI is a specialty chemical company, and that one's dipping down and still could continue down a little bit more for that one. Let's look at healthcare right here, because UNH was pulling back. This has a little bit of time to set up. Your MOH starting to curl up a little bit today. I don't know if it's exactly ready. They do have earnings coming up on the 5th, so that would be Thursday, right? Is that what I said? Yeah, Thursday is the 5th right there, and that is MOH. And then Oscar right here. Let's see what OSCR is up to. That's pulling back too at the moment. So MOH is the only one that really looks kind of decent at the moment. For your healthcare ones, UNH right there, like I said, it's just making a base. And wait until it gets curled up right there. I don't think it's exactly ready at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that. No point jumping in it too early. And Sinez trying to move today. I did see this one, and look at that jumping up there. And Sinez announced that its Evolve fertility control product has been approved for use in New Zealand by the Ministry of Primary Industries, and that it has shipped an initial stocking order to exclusive distributor Evacom or something. So there you go. And they're also going to get a new CEO, because their current CEO is actually going to retire. So Anyway, that is Sinez Tech not looking too bad right there, I must say. So keep an eye on that. They did have some news today right there. And let's keep on cruising right through, see what Chipotle was doing. This one's pulling back right here. They do have earnings this week. That's why I kept it on tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, but I might take that right off the list. But I looked and saw it did have earnings this week. Cracker Barrel trying to move up. We're definitely keeping this on the list, though. And we'll see. Has that resistance? It could run up to this resistance right here and then step down a little bit at that 33. It's at 31. So you might get a little run up on that one. And like I said, Boyle took a major hit today. And Gush was down pretty good, but not like Boyle. So Boyle and Gush both down. Gush is obviously oil and gas. Boyle is your natural gas one. So both of them pulling back right there. And PLUG was down. Good old plug. And that looks like it's going to be coming down here to your 170 area, at least down into like the $2 and the 190. So keep an eye on plug is what it looks like at the moment. So we'll watch that one tomorrow, see if it does want to pull back. QuantumScape was pulling back today and continues to pull back a little bit. And then your rocket right here, Zach. There you go. That's what you should be looking at right here, Zach. That's the good one right there. And that looks like it's going to be popping. Remember, we were saying it had that support line right there. They love to bounce off these support lines. So this one could get cruising right back up right there for Rocket, RKT, and IMRX right here is up a little bit. That's looking a little bit better to roll off the MACD. Keep an eye on that. That's our pancreatic cancer one. And Lucid pulling back some. Luis Rodriguez, I thought it was trying to get set up right there, but did pull back. They have earnings coming up at the end of the month there. So there you go. And I know you like your rocket right there. And there you go. That's the rocket right there. That one is getting set up, guys. Keep an eye on that. Rich Tech Robotics still down. Oh, excuse me. Still down there at yeah, that one has a good support line right there. It could bounce off of. So yeah, I would keep an eye on Rich Tech after this good dip right there. So there you go. It does look like it wants to pull back a little bit more, but it has that good support, and we know that they've been bouncing off of there. I could see it curling up right there. I was looking at it today, and they could make that hard curl up, as a matter of fact. So keep an eye on that one. RR right there, Rich Tech Robotics, and Galt right here, GALT. Now it's looking good, Joseph Levy. There you go. Now it's setting up. I would say Galt could get moving right there. And if it doesn't move this week, you're going to get the setup. Once they get here and they start running up like this, that 20's coming down to take it for a ride. Keep an eye on this GALT right there. I know Joseph Levy likes it, and he was playing pool all weekend. I saw him doing that. Fun right here. Check out Fun. It doesn't look too bad for Six Flags. It's slowly but surely going up there as it comes closer towards the spring, and they could have big plans. And remember, I was saying to play this one, and that's Dave and Buster's. And look at that, right off of that trend line right there. And it jumped up pretty nice today. So that was a good play. And it's not looking bad. You can keep an eye on play tomorrow. It could continue to run right there for PLAY. So that is Dave and Buster's, PLAY. Good looking, looking good right there. How about Lockheed Martin up? And this thing continues to run into the top, but just be careful with that because it is all the way in the top right there. Here's that fly. It's been dipping down here. I've been waiting to see if it's going to bottom out. And it probably will be a good one to fly right back up. So we'll keep an eye on it. How about Huntington Ignals up here? It looks like that's pulling back. And Northrop Grumman looks like it could be pulling back. So nothing real crazy right there. And we'll see what's happening with that one. So let's go and see what's going on with the rest of these guys, like ARM right here. And it's looking a little stronger, Luis Rodriguez. So we might have to keep an eye on this ARM. We did play that before. And good old Grab right here is looking a little bit better as well. And everything had been dipping down. And now they look like they're going to be popping up at the moment. So keep an eye on this Grab if you want to grab some of them. And your Oracle was down again today. It's hitting this support line pretty good. I mean, it's been hitting it. I expect it to get bouncing. It tried to bounce this morning. I saw it up in like the pre-market, as you can see right here. I did see it, and then it came back down all day, as you can see. So it has been struggling right there, but I assume Oracle will try to bounce relatively soon. And here's your core weave back down again after that run up. So that's pulling back. Adobe right here was up a little bit. And again, that one has the look that it wants to get set up. I think that wants to get curled through, guys. ADBE right here. Whoop, what did I type in? ADBE. And yeah, this one looks like it's trying to get curled through. I don't think it's coming back down because if it bounces back off that MACD, it has that support right there. So it's definitely looking pretty good. I don't see earnings coming up either. So Adobe, something could be going on with them. They could have some news coming out right there. And Marvel right here, MRVL, Marvel or whatever. That wasn't looking too bad either, Luis Rodriguez today. So we'll keep an eye on that one. See what it wants to do right there. And let's go ahead. We'll look at the rest of these. Then we'll look at our crypto and see what's going on. FFAI, look at Future Faraday or Faraday Future Intelligent, whatever it is. Remember, we were talking about it last night. Not looking too bad right there. You can keep an eye on this. It could run up tomorrow a little bit more. So you can keep an eye on that one. And let's see, MOBX still pulling back right here, but it seems to be getting in the better spot. Look at that thing. It's just been dipping down. I have a feeling all the way down here, I have a feeling you're going to get a little dip and rip look off of that if you want to keep an eye on that. And then Datavolt, similar situation. And I've been watching this one just dip down here. And you have your support once it gets back down into like 60-cent range, and it's getting pretty close right there. So I've been watching that. Datavolt and MOBX. FMFC was up a little bit right there today, not looking too bad, trying to crawl up. And there you go with that, running up through the 20 today. And WGL was up as well, the CL workshop, and it was up at some point. I know I was looking at it. It was up in the after hours. I know that, but oh yeah, that's where it was. It was up in the after hours. Okay, yeah, this thing we were looking at the other day. It's been stair stepping up, and then it did run up in the after. I knew it was up at some point right there. It was the after hours when I saw it, and that 2050 moving up, not looking bad. I know we looked at it the last few days. And you can keep an eye on that one. AMPX not looking too bad, and we talked about this one in the Discord. Obviously, Ben's familiar with this one, and that one's ripping along right there for AMPX laptop travel. And Doge Mama 9, this one continued to go up a little bit this morning. CISS right here, and there you go with that marine shipping one. It did come back down a little bit in the not the after hours, in the after hours, but the end of the day as well, I meant to say. But it also came down in the after hours too, and this one had just recently run up Friday and today right there for CISS. And TerraWolf right here is running up, and that one's not looking so bad. You can see all the way up to 15 right here. So where's your 15? Right about there where that purple line is. It's under its support line, but that one could get cruising right there. Capital Market 1. And let's see, Google was looking up really good, looking really good there as it was trying to close. And it's up right there. Apple wasn't looking too bad either, but Apple's down a little bit, it seems to be. So, but it's not looking bad. I bet Apple will get ripping there tomorrow. Look at that look right there. So Google and Apple looking good. Just happened to notice Luis Rodriguez wrote that. Let me cruise right through the rest of these. And here you go for Berna. Ben mentioned this guy in the old small cap show. We had that today. And then we also interviewed the CEO of Mobility. Here, I'll do mobility, or not. Why do I keep saying mobility? Mobicom. Why do I can't even talk about? I can't even say it. How do you say this company? MOB. I said it earlier. Mobilicom. That's how you say it. Holy cow! Mobilicom is how you say it. We interviewed this CEO Oren today. And this isn't looking bad right here, guys. A drone company, so keep an eye on that one as well. I can add that with like ONDS and them guys right there. It's not looking bad at all. And then Ben had mentioned this one, Berna, but this one looks really good going into these earnings right there in 2 days right there. So keep an eye on that one. Because February 5th is Thursday, and that has earnings, and that is curling out of the basement, and it does look really good right there for BYRN. So I would say That's getting set up right there. So keep an eye on that one at the moment. And let's continue to cruise right through and see what's going on with our Michael Anthony list right here. ABO trying to bounce back up a little bit. It's curling up, not looking too bad right there. That D-Lo is also bouncing back up. Check that out. And your UEC is not bouncing back up, and your uranium ones and your nuclear ones are pulling back at the moment. LW is pulling back today right there. Almost looks like a little healthy pullback, but we'll see. And then how about the Tiger pulling back? Remember I told Michael Anthony this was pulling back a little bit. And there you go. You might even come back down to that trend line right there for the Tiger. And that is TIGR. And I pretty much have the interview all wrapped up. I was changing a couple things around. I didn't like what I did, so I should just put it. I'll put it up tonight. Let's put it that way, so you guys can hear the old Tiger, the Joe Exotic interview that I did with the Tiger King. So hopefully we can get him out of prison there, get him a pardon. So that's why I interviewed him. So I'll put that out up tonight. We did look at that Cracker Barrel. It wasn't looking too bad right now. Luis Rodriguez up right there. Like I said, probably should have hit that support at 33. So you got a good $2 that it could run up right there. Cracker Barrel, CBRL. And let me see, that was let's look at our Jolie's Jams right here, Rhythm. And that one is still pulling back right there. Check out some of the cannabis stocks right here. They look like they're trying to set up. I was looking at some of them today, and they look like they're bottoming out right there. So there you go. A Tilray Canopy Growth is down, looking like it wants to roll right off of that trend line right there. So there you go with Canopy Growth as well. And let's see what else is going on with the Jolie Jams right here. Blink, and this one still trying to set up down there. I would say that could have bottomed out today. Look at that look right there. That's not bad. That could be bottoming out and get cruising. Sezzle right here. You know this is going to get ripping, guys. Keep an eye on this thing. It's going to get set up. It's going to be a really good one right there for Sezzle. So keep an eye on that, of course. And Sterling right here is looking pretty good. That could run up tomorrow, as a matter of fact. That could be a good play right there. STRL not looking too bad. And Rivian down and has continued to pull back right there. Symbotic pulling back. But it is looking like that wants to bottom out right here. They do have earnings coming up in 2 days, which would be Wednesday right there. So that's not looking bad going into the earnings. If you're an earnings person, check out Symbotic right there. And there you go with your Jolie's Jams. And let's take a look at our laptop travel list right here. And this is a GRZ right here. And that is Agros or something like that. That's not looking too bad there, laptop travel. That's a pretty decent setup. And AUTL Autolus or something, Therapeutics, and that's getting curled up. Look at that approaching the MAC right there, trying to curl up. Has a weird look right there, but does look pretty good. GNLX, and that's hitting the 20 right there, curling up pretty nice. And HNST is Honest Company, and that thing looks pretty good. Look at that thing curling up off of that trend line. It did run up, pull back, and now it looks like it wants to run up a little more, to be honest with you. And Huma right here, HUMA, and that is not looking bad on that little curl up. And obviously it might not spike up a whole lot, but that could get right back up to the 20 and get moving off of that. So there you go with HUMA. And IVDA is what that one's going to be. And yeah, that looks pretty good going into tomorrow, I must say. And LFMD right here is LifeMD. Not too bad right there. Laptop travel, I'd have to look at it tomorrow. This is up a penny in the after hours right there. And what about your PULM Pulmatrix right there? And this is a biotech company. Biotech ones have been pretty hot right there. Look at that thing trying to build a nice base as the 20 comes up. So that could be a good look if you like that. And how about Rhyme right here? That was running up there today pretty well. Watch that one. Could be a nice little momentum play. And our pay right here is Repay Holdings Corporation. And let's see what this is up to right here. Just kind of getting set up. I don't know if it's ready tomorrow, but I bet if you keep that on the old list, it'll get rolling real soon. Sora right here, Asian Strategy. And that looks like it's had a good strategy today, up 58%. So keep an eye on that. well, came down like 20% in the after hours. I was going to say, keep an eye on it at 4 a.m. And you can still look at it at 4 a.m., but it did pull back. And this versus right here, verse media, whatever, we looked at this last night and wasn't looking too bad today, up a little bit and still could continue its way up right there. Laptop travel. So there you go with them. Let me just cruise right through the Spy Mag 7 Qs and all that good stuff. And then I'll come through and see what you guys want to see. So let me see what's going on with all these. And if you want to see anything in particular that we didn't look at, just put it into the stream and I'll take a look at it in a few minutes when we rock and roll through these. Here's your SPY right here. Why does this thing keep saying this, guys? What is going on? I don't even know what's happening. That's the daily chart. That's the minute chart. I don't even know what the heck this is talking about. 3 minute, 5. Why does this thing have this crazy look today? I didn't see it do this. Like, it says it went all the way down to like what? $69. Could you imagine if you caught the SPY at $69 and then it ran right back up to $697 and had that in an op? I mean, I wish I caught that opportunity. What is this thing talking about right here? I have no idea, guys, what that thing is. That trying to tell us something's about to happen? I have no idea, guys. What is that? And I have no clue what that is. It doesn't look like it happened on any of these charts. I mean, it didn't dip down that hard like that, but on the daily chart, for some reason, the SPY went down to $60 today. And or like, what's it say? 69, I think. I don't even know. I can't even read it. But anyway, I don't know what the heck it's even talking about, but kind of interesting, Finviz, trying to fake us all out right there. Unless you know something that we don't know and something major's about to happen, guys. I have no idea what that is, but I haven't seen that. And it doesn't have it on TrendSpider. I think it could just be like a little error. I have no idea. It's kind of bizarre. To be completely honest with you, I'm not going to lie. There's your SPY right there from what I saw today. I did not see it come down to like $60 down here, $69. I think everybody in the world would have bought it at $69 if it had come down there. So anyway, I don't know what that line's doing, but let's keep on cruising right through. Here's your Qs right there. They were up today, and they're up in the after hours looking pretty good right there. Look at them. They look like they want to keep on rolling and continue their way up. So there you are with them. And your IWM not looking bad either right there. And they're up a little bit as well in the after hours. So let's go ahead. Like I said, Apple looking pretty good. It was up pretty good today, 4%. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up some more tomorrow. You can see that look right there as the market closed. It looks pretty good. It did pull back like a 0.5% right there. Nothing real crazy. Google looking real good as well. And you can keep an eye on that because that looks like it wants to run. Then your Meta right here is pulling back. That could continue to pull back a little bit at the moment. Microsoft pulling back and could continue to pull back. So keep an eye on them pulling back. And then the video right here, that was also pulling back. And that one's hitting that trend line. I could see it coming through and hitting right here into your 50. So it could pull back a little bit more in the video we'd probably have to look at in the morning. And then your Tesla is pulling back. But guys, watch this tomorrow to see if it wants to run there. Tomorrow, like I said, they had some news the other day. Last night we saw that the lawsuit news and then some other stuff came out today. I don't even remember everything, but you guys know Tesla. I'm saying let's keep an eye on it tomorrow. It could be a good opportunity right there. So let's watch that bad boy and even TSLL if you like that. And we'll see if it gets set up looking good. And then we'll cruise with that if accordingly. AMC right here could be getting set up off of GameStop. Look how good that looks, laptop travel. It certainly does right there. And it looks real good to run up. Chewy right here, way down. And Unity also down. And that had taken that big dip, and it's still dipping down. How funny was that? I said we'd take them off the list, and they fell off the face of the earth right there. Netflix still pulling back right there. PSKY down. And, of course, your Warner Brothers not doing much. It's just kind of hanging out. But look at it. It's hitting this 50 now. So maybe something's going to happen, but it looks like it wants to come down a little bit. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know. Are they going to come out with any kind of news on this thing? I have no clue. Like, when do you find out if this thing can go through? I have no idea. So Oh yeah, I just saw this too. Trump threatened to sue Trevor Noah over the false and defamatory Grammy jokes right there. That was pretty funny. And anyway, I did see that. And there's Warner Brothers. So yeah, we got to find out when that's going to take place. I have no idea when it takes place, but it'll be interesting when it does because that's when it'll all move. AVGO looking a lot better right there. Look at it in the after hours. MU right here, our semiconductors, always looking pretty good right there for MU, I must say. And let's see what else is going on with TSM because it was running back up and that looks a lot better. So all them dips were probably great opportunities, as we keep saying. SMCI, they have earnings. Are they tomorrow or the next day? They are tomorrow right there. Don't they? Them and AMD have earnings tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Yes, they do, AMD too. And that looks pretty decent going into it. So maybe these guys are going to get the market popping again. And QCOM right here up $1. Wow, that looks really good right there. Keep an eye on QCOM. That looks pretty nice. Snow had been coming down, and look at that snow coming down. It's been a blizzard right there, but I'll expect it to try to bounce. We'll watch it. And PayPal earnings tomorrow, and just a getting destroyed down here. I don't know. It doesn't even look good going into it, and it's in the basement right there. And Intel bounced right back up today. Check that bad boy out. Not looking bad. And how about our Dell bouncing? Remember, I was saying it looked good yesterday or Sunday night, Friday after Friday. We looked at it last night. These all had that crazy look like they could come back down, but look how fast they just bounced right back up like it was no big deal. And that's why every one of these dips has been a good opportunity, I think, guys. And we got to play it like that because I think that's going to continue. IBM ripping right back up. So every time you see these big dips, it rips right back up. Palantir was running up after in the after hours on the earnings right there. We'll see how it looks in the morning. And Sophie right here was down a little bit and could pull back a little bit more. And how about your Marin Riot? They're coming down a little bit still, as crypto still isn't looking that great. You can see Riot hitting the 50 right there. Could bounce off a little bit. CleanSpark coming down to the trend line right there. And MicroStrategy as well was dipping pretty good. Look at this thing. I mean, that is getting pounded right now, and he needs that thing to go up. And Robinhood took a big old dip, and you know what Coinbase did. You know that was dipping down there today as well. And of course, Bull will follow them also. Bull pull back as well right there. So there you go with them. How about Space coming down and dipping down? Boeing as well was pulling back a little bit. Has a weird look for Boeing. I can't wait to look at that tomorrow. DJT coming down a little bit. And your Nike was up some. That's not looking too bad right there. How about McDonald's, guys? Did we not say it would probably run up right there? So there you go. McDonald's ran up there today. I think McDonald's is going to hit that resistance, pull back a little bit, but it definitely did what we thought it would do, and it popped up. And what about Disney right here? Dipping down. Whoa, what happened to it, Luis Rodriguez? It was up a little bit on the earnings, and then it pulled right back. So, wow, Disney posts some crazy earnings, I guess. I have no idea what happened. But there you go. With Disney pulling back, Oxy right there was down. ExxonMobil was down today. And CVX, that's also pulling back a little bit. But ExxonMobil looks like it could be pulling back right there. Look at it. Could come out of the top. If it does, it'll come back down a lot more. And what about your DXYZ was pulling back that one that has some SpaceX in it. And I think Tesla's going to end up having something to do with SpaceX. They have something to do with XAI right now, and they're all going to own each other real soon, I'm sure, with Elon. So that's what's going on with all them guys. Let's take a look and see what you guys want to see this evening, and let me go through and see what's happening. We were talking about good old Pepsi, and it was up a little bit there today. Wasn't looking bad. Little pullback there. And, of course, GameStop looking really good. And let's see what else is going on over here. Let me see. That odd candle on the day chart only appears in the Dowie. So yeah, I have no idea. It must be a glitch, and we're talking about this right here. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Look at that candle. It had the SPY coming back to $69 today. I think it was just a glitch, but that's just a weird look right there, I must say. So something off. I'll have to hit up the guys at Finviz and say, "Oh, what is going on? If the SPY came down, I should have had my buy set at $69 or 70 and bought as many as I could." Anyway, there you go. Can you imagine getting options at $70 and then ran right back up to 697? That would be the most insane day of your life, probably. I could only imagine. So that's a glitch, I'm sure. And Palantir did go up. Redwire right here. We were talking about this one. And again, we'll see if that one wants to go up. ONDS. We were talking about the drones today as well. SATL is another one right there, and that is pulling back at the moment, and we'll have to see. That looks like it's going to pull back some more. EPM is Evolution Petroleum and Oil and Gas. Now that one looks pretty good right there. Laptop Travel. So there you are with that. And let's see. IMRX we looked at. Wolf we looked at. What about Hind right here? HIND it is, not a G. And that one, didn't you mention this not long ago or something? I don't remember, but I think we were looking at it. HIND, that is starting to curl up right there. And let's see, Toyota Motor, that was running up today, and that does look really good right there. Luis Rodriguez, that could be a good momentum play into tomorrow. SLNO, Seleno or something. That is going up there. That looks pretty good, up 9% today. And what about UPS right here? Was jumping up as a matter of fact. And what about FedEx was jumping up too? And both of them look pretty good. Could possibly keep some momentum right there for UPS and FedEx. And what about the good old Home Depot and Lowe's? Because they weren't looking too bad either there today. So you can keep an eye on them. And let's see what Hershey's up to, isn't that? Yeah, SHSY, I mean. And not looking bad for Hershey. That could continue to go up. And let's see. JetBlue is looking good. I mentioned that today on the small cap show. It does look like it wants to continue up. Is this Garmin? GRMN, if I type it in. Oh, Garmin looking pretty good. GRMN, check out that one. Looking pretty good to get set up and run up right there. And DRIO, Dario Health. That looks like it could be getting set up as well. I'd take a look at that. And how about Real right here? What is it called? The Real. That's what it is. The Real. And so yeah, here you go with the Real. And that one does look like it's trying to bottom right there and get cruising. So that one could be real soon. And Disney did drop like a knife right there. What the heck happened? I'm not even sure, but it did look pretty decent right there. And yeah, I'd say everyone lost interest in I'd say everyone lost interest in all of crypto completely. Speaking of which, right here, take a look at it. I mean, Bitcoin's back at 78K. Yeah, it looks pretty good for tonight. Don't get me wrong. Might be a good opportunity to bounce it up right here out of the basement for sure. And Ethereum. But I just don't think that people are just into these crypto ones as much after gold and silver went as crazy as they did. And I'm just kind of cruising through here. Solana, I still have huge positions in them. And hopefully they do get moving. But after you saw gold and silver and all this stuff running up the way they did, and look at it. I mean, gold just bouncing right back up in the after hours right there, right off of that. Silver's probably doing the same thing. And yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of the money is rotating into these precious metals right here. And for obviously good reasons, because look how much they've run up compared to crypto. Crypto just seems to get beat down every single time it tries to move. Something happens. It's so bizarre. And could never get over that 128. It topped out. Now you're back at 78. So kind of crazy right there. I'm not going to lie. And then look at this. I mean, back there in April, run up and then come down. So, you know, the next run up's going to come up probably about there and then come back down again. I mean, it's just the vicious cycle it's been going through. It doesn't seem to be able to break it. And that's why strategy's been struggling and all these things, and why most of the crypto miners have changed their, their models and gone to AI data centers because they're more lucrative, obviously. Crypto's just not doing it. And now gold and silver and precious metals going crazy all the time. and it kind of just put a damper on things. I think people just decided that it wasn't the only thing that you could go after anymore. I think a lot of people were hedging in crypto before, not really looking at gold and silver as much as before, like as they used to back in the day more. And now it looks like they're using it again. So look at gold. Looks like that was a great opportunity. Silver, platinum, copper, all of them look like they're going to get ripping again. So we might have to take some good opportunities here and play these bad boys back up if they want to get ripping. So crypto at the moment, I mean, yes, it does look pretty decent, like I said, at this very moment, but we know that it's just not going to get blasting off. You got your 20 up here. It's going to take a little time to get set up, getting out of the basement right here, and then it's going to have to run up and get set back up. If it didn't stay in this bullish channel, like I said, and then it had that tax loss selling in December, maybe that's what threw it off, but I doubt it because it did run right back up. Whatever happened in this time right here is what threw it completely off. And I'm not sure exactly what happened. Remember, we were saying it didn't look so good. And that's probably why, because it took a big dip right there. So, yeah, people obviously aren't going to be into the meme coins or anything. Like I said, I haven't even been looking at them, Zach. So I'll have to take a look and see what's going on. But I'll see. But yeah, that's people are barely into the top four like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Doge or Ripple, I mean, and Doge. So anyway, there you go with a little crypto talk and all that. Boyle, the primary driver was the drop, was the historic collapse in natural gas futures, and then they saw their largest one-day percentage decline in 30 years. So yeah, that did go ripping. Mid-February forecast. It is Groundhog Day, and the groundhog did see his shadow. I went to I dropped my little guy off. I didn't even realize today until this morning, I think maybe late last night, that I was going in for like breakfast and stuff with my little guy at his school. They had coffee and donuts and all kinds of cool stuff. So I thought I was just going in real quick, and they said you're just going to kind of peek your head in and say hi. And then like I was in the classroom for like the entire morning. I mean, it was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie, but I was like, I guess I'm not going to do work. And so, yeah, I got to see like his whole morning routine and everything they do. It was really nice. I loved it. It was fun. But yeah, that's why I wasn't on in the Discord. If you guys were on, I had to, and I know Rhett wasn't feeling well. So I texted him and he didn't even let Ben know. So anyway, I didn't show up this morning in the Discord for that reason, because I was at my little guy's school having a little breakfast and Groundhog's Day. But yeah, it was Groundhog Day, and they did see his shadow, and he drew a picture. I tweeted it out this morning, so you can check that picture out from Dougie. And let's see. Anyway, the mid-February forecast for the eastern half of the U.S. shifted significantly warmer, and I don't know. The groundhog just saw a shadow, Luis Rodriguez. I don't know what they're looking at. Do you see all the frozen ice out in your backyard? I mean, holy cow, it's still frozen. Like, I mean, it's a snowy scene. Nothing's really. We had a little tiny bit of melt today. The sun came out for like a little bit. And then, and I mean, you're talking like very minimum, nothing really. And that's just going to freeze right back up and make ice. So kind of crazy. And so anyway, ERO, let's see what that's up to. And yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty cold. And that's copper right here looking pretty good. Like I said, they do look pretty good. And Penguin Blue Waving Tear. I noticed Maya was sitting and listening on the small cap show. And I actually did not notice, as a matter of fact, laptop travel. I had no idea. I just sit there and, like I said, I don't know there's a whole lot, to be completely honest with you. I'm glad the StreamYard's so good like this, because if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't know anything going on. But it just happens to put the feed up so perfect that it makes it so easy. I get to see the X and the YouTube and the Facebook feed, and everybody that comments on it, I can see it all at one time. So no, I miss a lot, laptop trial. I honestly had no idea she was hanging out there, but that's awesome. And Well, check it out, FGNX. And again, everything's just been getting slaughtered with look at that. I mean, that's a big red candle right there because crypto is just getting murdered right now. So that's why I put these off to the side of the list at the right time too, huh? Like ABTC and Pew and all these guys. BMNR got murdered today, down 10%. I mean, just so many of them, guys. It's crazy. SBET, UPXI, all of these getting just completely crushed right here. And yeah, I'm sure they're going to try to run back up, but are they going to? I mean, this one, look at this thing. In October, this was up at $7, and now you're in the $1.62 range. I mean, that's a huge dip right there. So pretty wild right there. And Google, you were saying, was up $6. I saw it was up like 3, but you're saying it's up 6. I believe you, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go. That's what it looks like, but it was moving. And Marvell, the dips keep getting bought up right there. I agree. I think that is getting set up. And we looked at the old Cracker Barrel, and again, it could run up another $2 right there. Not looking bad. Could spike right over it too. We'll see. It is trying to get set up. I'll do the real tomorrow night. How's that, Luis Rodriguez? So I'll actually get all my information together. I didn't get a chance to do it because I was at Dougie's school. I was going to come home and do it today, and I've been working on the videos and stuff. So I've just been super busy doing stuff and just literally around the clock. That's just working on videos and other things. So yeah, you're going to see a bunch of cool stuff come out, and yeah, we'll go over that as well. So I'll hit you up later about all that info so I can get it all good to go. And what do you say? Fish orange, wide eyes. Fish orange. What the heck are you talking about? Laptop travel. I had no idea what you're saying, but the that odd candle. Yeah, we were talking about that. I didn't understand what you're saying, but the spy on the FinViz, if you don't know what we're talking about, it came down to $69, but I'm pretty sure it was definitely a glitch. I just didn't know what the heck was going on. And it is a phantom candle right there. NVIDIA is the core of AI trades, sitting snug in the center of web of massive deals with companies like Microsoft and CoreWeave and XAI and more. While it's been great for NVIDIA and its shareholders, and yeah, NVIDIA, I mean, it's just a solid company up here, and it'll have its pullbacks, it'll run up, and it'll be perfectly fine. NVIDIA's not going anywhere. Any indication that one of those agreements might be in trouble is taken by the market as a sign that the entire AI house of cards could be collapsing. Yeah, I know people overreact for like one day, and the next thing you know, they just bounce right back up. And you said the bears got a bit hungrier today, thanks to reports that NVIDIA's contract with OpenAI is on the rocks. So that's interesting right there. And you're posting an article on Tuesday morning about game. That would be tomorrow morning, about where Ryan Cohen might make that acquisition. Remember, Michael Berry is in Cohen's corner. So, yeah, and Berry usually shorts things. So, interesting. Right there. And WBD expected closing window is 12 to 18 months. Holy cow, from the original agreement date. So we got to wait like almost a year and a half for Warner Brothers and Netflix. That's forever. I was waiting for that thing to like close tomorrow. Laptop travel. What the hell are they waiting on? Holy mackerel. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to be sitting tight on that one for sure. And anyway, let's see. Luis Rodriguez has some snow up there, right? And some snowmen and all. And Kramer says sell SMCI. So you know what that means, everybody. SMCI, if Kramer says sell it, it's probably going to be a good buy and rolling off and running right there. So there you go. You're channeling some Michael Anthony energy right there, Luis Rodriguez. Disney beat earnings, but they gave Laura guidance. What is Laura guidance? I don't even know. I'm imagining that's a typo right there because I don't know what Laura guidance is unless that's like something new. And the Mouse House has lots of problems. It certainly does. I think they made most of their money, and it wasn't at the parks this time. I think they made it like their cruises and stuff like that because they just charge astronomical numbers, prices. And then, like Ben was explaining, he just went on a cruise and he said it's like crazy. Like they get you on this cruise and then they just shake the money out of you once you're on there. Like they charge you. What did he say? It was like there's 5 people. It was $20 a person a day. So $100 a day for the housekeeping. And like, so if you're there for like 7 days, if you go for like a week or 6 days, that's $600 in addition to your room right there. Like, boom, right off the bat. He was telling us about it on the Discord when we were live trading. It was pretty wild. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I've never been on a cruise, so I have no idea, to be honest. I don't even know if I'd like the cruise, but anyway, I would probably like the. I don't know if I'd like to be on a boat like that. I don't know, to be honest with you, especially with my brain injury now. I'm not so sure I'd like to be out there on a ship. So I might not ever do a cruise. Anyway, and then they charge you like $100 a day. That's pretty, or $20 a day a person. But anyway, there you go. Pepsi has earnings tomorrow, and that'll be interesting right here. PEP. And so here we go. Pepsi earnings, and that thing's running up, looking pretty good going into its earnings. Luis Rodriguez and Michael Anthony and everybody else. And I told you guys I have a big position in that, and I've had it forever, and it just sits there and collects. I actually get dividends on it. So I must say that's the only one that I have dividends on. And anyway, so there, if you studied earnings, maybe gains not going to let emotion tell me buy crap. I like cars and powers. That's your Michael Anthony contribution. That's what it sounded like right there. I like it. Laptop travel. JetBlue, look at LUV, which is Southwest right here, right? LUV is Southwest Airlines. That's looking pretty good. That could have a good run tomorrow as well. And keep an eye on that. LUV, that could show some love in the morning. And grab right there. I know you like this one, GRAB. That is bottom down there and could get cruising off of that support line. And let's see, and we'll go over that good real stuff. I'll get with you guys later on. And let's see, turn bullish on silver again now that Jamie Dimon's back on your team, huh? Like I said, it does look a lot better. I think it's going to be bouncing back tomorrow. And gold right here should be bouncing right back. I'm telling you, these trend lines and stuff, use them because they are working pretty well. And it does look like they're going to be rolling. So gold and silver could be really good for tomorrow. And that was short-lived dips right there. Took a couple days. Had some nice dippage, too. Look at that. And so, yeah, they might run right back up and keep on cruising again. How interesting is this market right here? Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Ticket resellers set to win big from the World Cup. Fans requested 500 million tickets and only 7 million available. Massive scale. Holy cow. How do I get one of them? Holy mackerel. That could be crazy. StubHub could grab up to 800 million. Oh, man. Well, that would be insane right there. Laptop travel. How do you get a hold of these tickets? Because that would be wild to sell them. And yeah, World Cup revenue venue is 5 minutes from your house. Luis Rodriguez. Oh yeah, I know they have a couple of them, Luis Rodriguez, but yeah, the one is right next to your house. And I know people are renting them out, locals making bank renting out rooms in their homes for the World Cup, and people are renting out their homes and stuff. I saw a couple of like big ass houses. They were getting rented out for like $40,000-$50,000 for like 3 nights. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it's wild. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. That is crazy stuff. When does that even start? I have no idea. Groundhog's accuracy rate is less than 40%, huh? Well, then he shouldn't be trading stocks, that's for sure. Damn groundhog. And you ran a seasonal analyst on TrendSpider with Bitcoin, and it says that we should replicate the 2023 chart for Bitcoin, which was huge. Let's go back and look now. Now you piqued my interest right here. Laptop travel. So now we have to go and look at it. Does it give me the weekly? I'd have to go back like this. So that's what this one looks like. And then this is going to be 2024. And then this is going to be 2023 right here. And then it did run, well, it ran in like 2024, didn't it? It got moving right here. And then it ran real big right there. And then it spiked up again at the end of the year. Here it came down, started spiking up. I mean, I do think it's going to start running up because you did have that come down back to here, and it's going to run back up and then probably come back down. Who knows? Maybe the next time it can actually run. Who the heck knows with crypto anymore? It's bizarre, but it's fun to watch. And like I said, I do have a bunch of it. It'll be nice when it actually runs. and it'll be pretty good. And bots trading and all kinds of good stuff. But anyway, there you go. Better odds flipping a coin. I agree, Luis Rodriguez. I agree 100%. Crypto is just so crazy right now. And Sandusk went crazy again today. Look at that thing. Ben was talking about this morning, Janica, and that did go wild. I know we've mentioned it a few times. And Google's at 349 right now. And there you go. So it is up a little bit more. So there you are. So Google to GOGL, they're basically the same thing. But Disney lowered its guidance ahead of making investors uneasy. Can't keep raising prices, but their contract costs are rising. Think WWE contract to stream events or something. I don't know. Laptop travel, whatever you're saying there. But I know Disney is not doing so well. And Pepsi looks good, have to admit. Luis Rodriguez and anybody else? What else do we have over here? I'm not exactly sure. Let's go through and see what the market's looking like. Over on this side over here, let's see real quick. SXTC, we were looking at the other day, that China small cap. It was up, nothing crazy today. There's that ZSL, and that was running up a little bit today. That was that silver short, but could actually come back down real quick right here. So be careful of that because it's hitting the 20 right there. It does have an interesting look, though, laptop travel. We'll look at it in the morning. And silver, obviously. DKI, we mentioned that last night, and it ran fuse right there. That was running today. Pulled back a little in the after hours right there. There's that ASST, no big deal with that. And that XTKG has been running up a lot lately. We've mentioned it a few times. Here's your J Dust. That's your gold miner's bear. Let's look at it real quick. And let's see what it looks like right here. And it does have a kind of interesting look right there, I guess, because this is the opposite of Nug and J Nug. So this would probably be, that's the junior miner. So this would be J Nug right here. And that is down, and it could come down a little bit more right there. It looks like it's bouncing up in the after hours. I have to see this. I have to see gold in the morning, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, look at that thing. Just bounced right back up off the 50. These things are crazy, guys. I'm telling you. Intel right there bouncing back up. BITO, what's that? That like a Bitcoin? Well, yeah, that's a Bitcoin ETF right there. There's your ONDS. Dust right there. Like I said, that's the other gold miner bear. There's your grab and your SPY with your 6. Look at that candle. That's a pretty wild one. I'm not going to lie. There's your TSLL. And Apple, I'm telling you, that looks pretty good too going into tomorrow. So keep an eye on that one. What were you saying about Disney? You're saying with Disney is their costs are getting tough to manage because they have to pay these events more and more to stream them on their Disney-owned channels. There you go. I gotcha. Yeah, they own all the streaming companies. And their parks and stuff are just not doing as well because the prices are astronomical, so they're not getting the amount of people. And obviously, consumer spending is down a little bit, I would say, just because of the fact that everything's so astronomical right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. Food cost is just insane, guys. I'm telling you, food cost is so ridiculous. It's wild. And let's see, there's that fuse and swivel right here or something like that. And that fat pipe right there, what are they up to? They're smoking a fat pipe after hours. Look at that thing jumping up. Wow, look at that. Keep an eye on fat pipe in the morning. That's what? FATN right there. Look at that. They packed that pipe nice and fat, and they were getting zooted right there. Holy cow, that thing was rocking and rolling. I don't even know what they do. It's a software company, but it's up pretty good right there. Here's your DSS packaging company right there. YJ is a small cap China one, and that was running up as well. And let's see what else is going on. HCAI right there. And that looked like it was dipping down. And FIEE right there. That was kind of bouncing around, had a dip, ran up. Here's that E-long one. That ran up the other day and then pulled right back. And PKST, I don't know what that is, but it did run up there. Looked pretty good. It doesn't look too bad. I'm not sure. It's something weird. And let's see what our news stories are right here. Palantir CEO defends surveillance tech as U.S. government contracts boost sales. And then the Asian stocks climb with metals as volatility eases, and S&P 500 futures climb after index starts February trading on a winning note, and Musk says SpaceX acquires XAI ahead of mega IPO. So there you go. I was saying that. That's what I was saying. Watch Tesla, because that thing's gonna end up owning, or they're all gonna own each other or something like that. You know that. And Dow gains more than 500 points, and oil prices drop right there. And there you are. And let's see, what else are you guys talking about? Amazon Fresh grocery stores, they did close. Yeah, I never used that. I don't know what the hell did they do. Like, it was like a great idea, I thought, at the beginning. And I know, weren't they working with what's the supermarket that's like a like Whole Foods? Is that what it is? Whole Foods, I think. Like an expensive one. I think they were working with like Whole Foods or something. But yeah, I never saw this thing get off the ground. It seemed like it never was like implemented or something. I don't know what the hell they did. I don't know who was in charge of it, what the heck they did, but it just seemed like it never was able to get moving. I thought it was a good idea. I mean, Amazon delivers freaking everything right to your house. Why wouldn't they deliver your groceries as well? But then again, the grocery stores kind of do it too. So maybe they just didn't have the market for it. I have no idea. You would think Amazon has the market for whatever the hell they want to put in, whatever they want to get in the market for. If it's delivering it to your house, you would think Amazon's taking the market. But I guess, I don't know. People use their local grocery stores. We just go to a grocery store. I don't know that many people that really use it. And maybe people just like, I don't know. I don't understand why it shut down, to be honest with you, Janica. If anyone can explain it to me, but I did see it close down. And like I said, it just seemed like they just dropped the ball on that whole idea. I don't know what happened, but UAMY not looking too bad right there, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see, you're not opposed to raising prices, but you do object to the practice of raising them and not investing to make improvements. Disney has been operating at bare bones since the pandemic. Yeah, that's the truth, Luis Rodriguez. And the British and Norwegian royal families are under pressure over the Epstein files. Prince Andrew implicated in torture and murder of a minor girl. Holy cow, really? I had no idea. But yeah, some of them files, some of that stuff coming out is pretty wild right now, I must say. So all kinds of crazy stuff on the Epstein files been coming out, and I'd say we definitely need full transparency. It would be nice. And while eliminating legacy perks that park guests have enjoyed for over a decade. Oh, you're talking about Disney. I'm talking laptop travel is talking about like Epstein and laptop, and Luis Rodriguez is talking about Disney. So when I read it, and when I read it, I was like, "What are we still talking about?" I had no idea. Anyway, yeah. So we need full transparency on Epstein, and and Disney's eliminating some of the legacy parks for guests that had them for like decades. There, former President Clinton, Bill, and Hillary. They agreed to depositions they had long resisted days before the House was to vote to hold them. Oh, they are. I was going to say, aren't they going to get held in contempt? I guess they're going to go and talk. That will be so fascinating, unless they absolutely say nothing and just to sit there and plead the fifth. But then, they plead the fifth on everything. They're guilty. So, I mean, it's almost like, can they go and do that in the public eye? Although their political careers are completely over anyway, and they're tarnished, so I don't think anybody even cares about them. They're not even relevant anymore, so they might as well just come out and come clean. But they won't, and they've been lying and doing shady shit forever, and that's what they do. I look at the if you go and look at like Prince, I won't call him Prince Andrew. What the heck's his name? I love his new name, actually. It's so funny. It's like he has like a 3-word name, right? Laptop travel. Can you tell me what his name is? I'm trying to think of it, and it's just too hard for me to remember what his name is. But I do like his new name. It's kind of cool. It sounds like he's like, I don't know. It sounds like he's like a butler or something now. They gave him this crazy name. What the heck do they call Prince Andrew now? I'm trying to remember what the heck it is. Someone post it up for me so I can read it, because it is the best. I mean, his name is pretty fascinating now. And But yeah, I mean, him and Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife or whatever. I mean, they were like hardcore. Epstein had them completely, and they're saying like Epstein was like a Russian and possibly Israeli spy. I wouldn't doubt it 100% right there. I mean, I could see him working for both of them. That's why he had to be taken out immediately when he got caught that time because he was working for too many people. This guy's not a financial genius, guys. I mean, I don't know. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. That's it. I love it. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor or whatever. That's what they call. Doesn't it? Thank you, Janik and Laptop Try. Doesn't it sound like he's like their butler now? It sounds like that's what they made him. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor or whatever the hell you call it. I don't even know what the heck his little name is. Mountbatten, whatever the heck you say, but I'm telling you, it sounds like he became the butler. It's so funny. And yeah, they're horrible human beings. I agree. They were sending pictures of like their daughters to this creepy dude, and the entire time they said they had broke ties with him, they were literally getting paid, and like he was like forking the bill, like they were begging him to pay for like their rent and all kinds of shit. So he had them complete. I mean, he had a lot of people, obviously. And the other thing I want to talk about, how the Bill Gates thing. Now, this is kind of weird to me. He denies the whole thing. And I don't blame him, to be honest with you, but I don't even know how true could this be. Now, I could see him getting set up, right? And sleeping with a Russian chick. Now, granted, his ex-wife, Melinda, did divorce his ass, and basically she despised Epstein for probably a good reason, I'm sure. But at the same time, and I'm not thinking that didn't happen, to be honest with you, but when you read the emails now, do you really think now? I mean, Bill Gates is like one of the richest guys in the world, right? I mean, do you think this guy, if he caught something from a hooker or whatever, from this Russian chick, whatever happened, right? He caught something. Do you think he emails Epstein and asks Epstein for antibiotics? I mean, like this dude is like he probably has a doctor like in his office. I mean, he's a billion. He's like one of the richest dudes in the world. You don't think he knows a doctor that's like real close to him that he can be like, yo, I effed up big time, and I'm up in a shitstorm right now, Doc. What do I do? And get me out of this thing. You think he's contacting Epstein and describing what his penis looks like? I mean, doesn't that sound a little bizarre to everybody? Sounds a little weird to me when you read the email. So who the hell knows what was going on, what this dude Epstein was up to? Was he just, and he sent the stupid email to himself. It's like from his own email. His email address is kind of weird too. Everything is weird about it, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that Gates didn't do something creepy or weird, but I just don't see him contacting Epstein to get like an antibiotic. That would be the last guy you'd probably go contact after you just realize that this dude just set you up with a chick that gave it to you. That's the guy you're going to contact to get the antibiotic from. I don't know if that makes too much sense. My wife was saying that to me, and I'm like, you know what? You got a really good point. I got to read this email again because, again, I read things and I just miss it completely. I go back and pay attention to it and read it for like an hour and like have to like put it in Chat GPT and explain it to me like I'm 5. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't really make much sense. If I'm Bill Gates, I'm not contacting Epstein and asking him for a prescription. Like, what is he, a doctor? Epstein's not a doctor. He's a crook. He's a criminal. He's blackmailing people. So yeah, I just don't see how true all this stuff is, to be honest with you. I don't know what the hell's going on. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't set these people up, but I think there's a lot more going on. And again, they think he was working for Russia, Israel. Who the hell knows who this guy was working for? Somebody was clearly paying his lavish lifestyle. He wasn't making money as a financial guy. Let's put it that way. I don't think he had any. I mean, he was too busy out there doing all this crazy shit. When was he doing financial stuff? I mean, nobody's ever heard of him before, but yet he was this financial genius. And you got to remember, Putin's probably the richest man in the world. So if somebody was able to just hand somebody like $1 billion and it not phase them, Putin would be that guy that could easily do it. And you got all these Russian chicks coming over, and that's been the story for a long time. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre to be honest with you. But I just don't see that Bill Gates is contacting Epstein for a antibiotic. That it just seems a little weird to me. But anyway, there you go, Andrew Mountainbottom Windsor or whatever the hell you say his name. I'm telling you, that's the greatest name ever. Is that his real name? I mean, I don't even know what the hell his name would be, but it's just so funny that that's his name now, and he sounds like he's like the butler. It's so great. But anyway, let's see what else is going on here. And let's see. The two by you are go. So what the did Amazon actually have like grocery stores? I didn't even know they did. Amazon Fresh, not all that. I didn't even know they really had a grocery store. I thought they were just working with the that grocery store I had mentioned earlier. What the heck did I say it was? I forget what I said, but that one I somehow remembered the name a little bit ago. Whatever it was, I forget what it's called. But anyway, I thought they were just working with them, and there's not a whole lot of them around either. So yeah, I just didn't understand that whole model right there and what happened. So I'm not sure. I think it was just like was run completely wrong. I think they could have done something big with that, but it didn't work. They entered the saturated space. And at the end of the day, they couldn't do it better, Luis Rodriguez says. And yeah, so like I said, I think they might have been able to, but I'm just not sure if it was run right. But again, who the hell knows? The supermarket industry does seem to have like really tight margins. You think it's like they make a ton of money, but at the end of the day, I guess their cost is just as much as ours. They're just marking it up a little bit more. They have a lot of waste too. I mean, you go into like the prepared food sections and stuff like that, and you know they eat a lot of waste. Clearly, they can give it back to the manufacturer some of it, and they eat some of it, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot of waste involved and overhead. You got a ton of employees. Just look at a supermarket, how many people you have walking around. So it is a tight margins kind of thing. So maybe it didn't work out for them, but I would have thought they could have made that work, but I guess not. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. And I'd never seen any. That's why I'm saying I don't know what the hell they did, but I just never saw any of them before that whole Amazon fresh food thing or whatever. And KXIN right here, that China small cap one, good old consistency spike. You liking this one down here? It's down there, let me tell you. And I don't think it's getting ready to set up or run tomorrow, but it could get set up right here. It just has that red look where we got to just keep an eye on it tomorrow and see if it wants to dip down a little bit more. Like I said, maybe you get a pop, but I just don't see it happening just yet for that one consistency spike. But if you remind me, I'll definitely look at it. I'll jot it down over here, KXIN. I'm familiar with that small cap one. It just looks like it's hanging out down there right now. Anyway, we'll keep on cruising right here. You're sure their deposition will be filled with on the advice of my attorney. Yeah, they're just going to plead the fifth and not talk about anything. So I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen with that. And they're not going to mention, they're not even going to talk. It's just going to be a waste. I can't recollect. I can't remember anything, not to my best understanding, all that good stuff. And they might, and you know, Andrew Mountainbottom Windsor, he doesn't remember anything either. It's like all these dudes got hit in the head like me for some reason. No one can, they can't remember any of the stuff that happened to them. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm over here struggling to remember things, but I have a good, pretty good excuse why I can't remember shit. I got hit in the head probably harder than anyone in the history of life. These guys didn't. They remember exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure they remember everything in their lives, and somehow all of this stuff they just don't remember. It's so odd, isn't it? So anyway, Andrew Bottom Windsor, you have now become their butler. How great is that? So yeah, he's like become the butler over there, and they moved him off the properties and everything. He's just a disgrace completely. I mean, could you imagine his brother's the prince or the king? I mean, and he's got this guy as his brother. I mean, he's like, oh Jesus, this dude is the biggest disgrace I've ever seen in my life, and I got to help him out somehow because we're like royalty, and he's my brother. but he is a piece of crap. Yeah, I can only imagine how it is all going on over there. Then you got to throw Prince. What the hell's the kid's name? What the heck? Not I forget all their names. To be honest with you, what are their names? Harry, Prince Harry. That kid, he's a mess too. Him and his wife. They're a disgrace too to that whole family. So now you got three disgraces going on right now. That poor royal the queen, she must be rolling around in her poor grave. That poor lady. She was like hardcore, and then now look at all this crazy shit going on. So anyway, I guess that's the royal life. We don't know anything about it, nor do we care because they don't rule. They don't rule for us, so it doesn't matter. We have our own crazy shit going on over here, like Epstein and the Clintons and all of them, and Trump. Everybody, they're all crazy. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, Sarah, whatever the hell her last name was, I said it earlier. Why can't I remember anything? What the heck was her name? Sarah something. Andrew Botten, whatever, Andrew Botten Windsor's wife, Sarah Ferguson, that was her name. Yeah, she's a pretty terrible person too. All these, I mean, they are all crazy people, and you can see how greed will just ruin your life right there. So they chose money and greed, and look what happened to them. It came back and bit them in the ass. That's why you don't do that, guys. You just live like a normal human being, and you do the right things for the right reasons, because eventually this shit will happen to you. And this dude was the prince. I mean, can you imagine? He used to live the life. He lived in a castle. I mean, Jesus Christ, this dude used to live in a castle. Now he's like a nobody. He's become their butler, Andrew Botten Windsor, and that's what he became. I mean, holy cow! Could you imagine this story? We should write a book about this. Not that there isn't, but I mean, just our own like comical book, because he's now become the butler. It's kind of crazy. It's funny. It's wild is what it is. It's actually sick is what it is. Anyway, there was one in Paramus and Woodland Park. Yeah, they're close to you. Like I said, Luis Rodriguez, I don't think any of them Amazon Freshes were close. I think there was one in Marlton. What was the supermarket that they were working with? What the heck? I said it earlier. It was Fresh something. I forget what the hell it was called. I thought that they were working with them, and then that one went out of business, I guess. I don't know. I thought they bought them up. I don't even know what happened. Anyway, I guess it didn't work out for Amazon to have supermarkets, whatever. They probably now that's pretty funny. Luis Rodriguez, now you win. That wins for the show of the day right there. That's great right there. They probably had the Cracker Barrel CEO in charge of it. You're probably right. She probably made everything woke. The thing went down the drain, and that was a wrap. And Bezos was like, well, just get rid of this whole entire thing now. Forget about it. But anyway, speaking of Amazon, the chart looks really good. And you think it's going much higher right there, huh? It was pulling back. Well, oh no, it was going up. Oh yeah, it'll have a little pullback right here, although it does look like it is curling up right there going into its earnings on Thursday. So I'd have to agree with you. Wouldn't you probably get like a lot of the numbers from Christmas time right now when that happened, and probably going to see pretty good numbers right here. I would assume like every first quarter has to be good, because it doesn't come off of their last quarter, which would probably be around Christmas, and or whatever quarter they're in. But I would assume it comes off of their Christmas one, like the last 3 months or whatever. So anyway, I would assume Amazon will be looking pretty good. Like I said, Google looking really good right there. It's up. And Apple not looking bad, down a little bit in the after hours, but look at that thing. It was cruising along and looks pretty healthy to continue up right there. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's what we have. And Melinda Gates stated that Bill's refusal to disassociate himself from Epstein became an insurmountable issue of conflict of their marriage. So that's what she said. And you guys can read that. I can't read, but you guys can. And but yeah, I knew that it was because of him. Well, I guess so. I mean, Jesus Christmas. I think everybody can understand where she's coming from, and And I actually said it the other day. I mean, can you imagine hanging out with this? The first time you meet this guy, you got to just be like, yo, your red flag has to go up and be like, yo, this guy is super weird. He's super creepy, and I can't be associated with him, especially if you're someone like a Bill Gates I mean, it seems like Elon had his radar on. And yeah, this guy was emailing all these people for a reason. He was like a honey trap. He was trying to get these people for reasons because he constantly was surveillancing them and blackmailing them. And he was getting the most powerful people in the world. Bill Gates, a prince. He had access to like everybody. He was emailing Elon, Trump, everybody under the sun that was kind of important, had a lot of money or did something politically, whatever. This dude was involved. I mean, he had access to everybody. And smart people are like, this dude's a creep. And of course, his name was out there being a creep. People knew it. So the people that didn't distance themselves from him, you have to wonder about their capabilities to have logic or even be able to pick out a good scenario there. And clearly Bill Gates isn't that good, or he's just that nerdy and like he just likes girls that much that he just couldn't see. I mean, you can't be blinded by that stuff when you're Bill Gates and you're a billionaire and you have a perfect family and everything in your life is going well. You shouldn't be out there sleeping with Russian hookers. I mean, especially that Epstein's providing you. I mean, if you're going to be doing it, I would be doing it a totally different way. That's for damn sure. But I wouldn't even be doing it at the beginning. So that's the beginning of it. I mean, that's where you go wrong right from the get-go. So again, what a creepy guy. He was up to creepy stuff. He got caught out there, and that's why she left him. And Epstein clearly is a creepy guy. I mean, everybody knew it. And like I said, his judgment of character was just completely off. And it cost him a lot, I would say, huh? So it cost him everything. And now look at it. I mean, and again, do I really believe the whole email thing that we were just talking about? Not necessarily, but not everybody might not. And who the hell knows what even happened? But I'm pretty sure that whole Russian thing went down, and that's true. So yeah, there was definitely things happening there, and so yeah, just bizarre stuff, but just dumb. I mean, people are stupid sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But again, like I said, Elon, he promises that he's like, I promise you, this guy contacted me. You will never find my information on this dude's island or anywhere near him. He's canceled every appointment this guy tried to make with him. And he just said, nah, dude, I guess he has a good judge of character, like I said. And how doesn't Bill Gates? I mean, it's kind of bizarre that this guy got involved with him. It's really crazy. So anyway, that's that. But yeah, we were talking about all that good stuff. And there you go. So interesting stuff to think about there this evening. And like I said, I think everybody was talking about that story when it came out over the weekend because it was pretty crazy. And the more you kind of talked about it, like I said, my wife was kind of bringing up points, and we were looking at like the email was kind of bizarre. Look at the email. What was it like? It's like just like letters, like his letters and like JEE vacations or something. I don't know. It was like really, really weird email, sending it to himself, and just strange like wording and stuff. Like how he wrote that email was like really, really weird. But again, I'm not saying that them things weren't happening. I just don't know if Bill Gates was contacting them for that. But who cares? Whatever happened, happened. And that's that. The main thing is they should have kept that guy alive. That's what the main thing was. And that should be the biggest thing that we should be finding out. How did that guy able to die in prison? I mean, that is like that is a cover up. That's the biggest cover up right there, guys. I mean, that guy goes into a prison cell. There's no way there's not 24/7 surveillance on this guy, literally, and like a person sitting there watching him. Like everybody wanted this guy to be alive so that we could get some info, and they just let him slip through the cracks. Like, how's that happen? That didn't happen by accident. Let's put it that way. There's no way it happened by accident. I mean, there's people that go in there for way less things, and they're watched way harder than Epstein was, and this guy should have been the most watched guy in the world. So obviously Very crazy right there. Wasn't Trump in office the first time when he was wasn't it under his DOJ right there? I believe it was, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I think it was actually under Trump that that happened. So yeah, crazy stuff. And the people Epstein, political leaders, business leaders, and we allow these people to rule over our world. It's BS. I agree. These people are idiots. I'm telling you, they're just dumb people. They make dumb decisions, and somehow they just got into positions where they became wealthy, and then their money helps them out. And that's what happens. And look at Epstein. Like I said, this guy wasn't a financial genius. There's never been any kind of reference or anything. There's no knowledge about this guy ever doing well. I mean, like, guys, you guys know, like, I've called like an 8,000 percenter in 10 days. People know about these things. No, Jeffrey Epstein never did anything. We know about Warren Buffett. We know about people like that. We know about every single person that's been amazing, like a Michael Berry. You know about every single person. Tim Skies, you know about them all, guys. Nobody ever heard of a Jeffrey Epstein in the stock market or doing anything in the financial world. He was a nobody because he wasn't doing it. His money was coming from Russia, Israel, everywhere else. And yeah, they were getting them islands. They had everything. So JEE is, yeah, I know his middle name was Edward. Yeah, I do know that. But isn't that a weird kind of email right there? JEE Vacations. I mean, that's kind of strange, right? You had a private island, and it's all weird, guys. It's all really weird. Everything about that guy was strange. But the more and more that comes out when you see that kind of email, it just like I thought it was kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, just a little touch on that. And there are a line of bodies following the Clintons rise to power. Oh, you're not kidding. I look at the Barack Obama's chef that went missing. I mean, that poor guy, he went out to go body surfing or something, and apparently he drowned. I mean, you don't just drown. It doesn't happen like that. If you're a guy that how many surfers drown, guy? I mean, just think about this. How many people that surf really drown? These guys know how to swim. You know how to swim really well. And especially if you're doing that stuff by yourself, which I guess this guy was. He'd go out there. I guess he lived on a lake. I don't know where the hell he lived, where the house was. I forget. But yeah, this dude would go out there and get it in. Now, all of a sudden, one day he drowns. Like, get the hell out of here, guys. Like, I'm telling you, if you know how to surf and you're a strong swimmer, you're just not drowning. You're finding your way out. You're finding something, unless like someone pulls you under or puts their shoots you and puts their hand on your head. I mean, you're just not drowning. I told you the story what happened in the lake. I jumped and saved 2 people. I didn't have a stupid life jacket on, and they were taking me under. I was like, "We're not going down, people. Let's go. We're winning here," and we did. And so yeah, that guy wasn't drowning. Are you kidding me? Like, it just like I said, you don't see surfers or people like that. They just don't drown. I mean, unless they're out in the middle of a hurricane, and they don't even drown. They're usually fine too. Then they do it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, guys. Look up that story. Barack Obama's chef. He passed away. They say he drowned right behind their house, and they weren't there or something. I don't know. It's all crazy. And all kinds of people that have been involved with the Clintons, they all go missing too. And so yeah, that's crazy. What did my wife must hear that guy was saying. Oh yeah, and my wife must hear me talking because she said that guy was saying, hold on, that guy was saying they're gonna kill him right before he died too. How crazy is that, guys? How about the other person? Oh, I want to say her name right. Damn, I can't even think of it. My brain is just not working. The poor girl that Mottenbauten sexually assaulted Andrew Mottenbauten Windsor. What's the poor girl's name that happened to? I can't think of her name. I wish I could right now. What is her name? And that they say she committed suicide recently. And didn't she have like a book coming out as well? And like she had said like multiple times she was never suicidal. She had just won a bunch of money from him. What the heck is her name? Holy cow. Why can't I think of her name? Somebody please put up her name, too. I don't know why my brain doesn't work, guys. I just can't think of her name. What the heck is her name? I can't think of names today. I'm like really bad. It's like I wish I could see things in my brain. It like wants to go there, but it just doesn't happen. What is her name, guys? Shoot, I can't think of it. Jesus Christmas. Laptop Travel, help me out here, Janica. Somebody tell me her name because I just want to get it right. I feel bad, poor girl. Uh, literally, I mean, I kind of think she was murdered too, to be honest with you. I mean, she knew a lot of stuff going on. Let's put it that way. Had a book coming out. Had said multiple times that she would never commit. So it's crazy. You see these people say like they're not suicidal, and the next thing you know, they go missing and stuff, and they die. And I guess they kind of know it's about to go down. And Virginia, however you say, how did you say her last name? I don't even know. Golf. I forget how to say Virginia. That poor girl. I mean, she's been through enough in life. It was terrible. Um, but yeah, her. She unfortunately they said committed suicide, which I think is a bunch of BS as well. So yeah, I don't think that girl committed. So like I said, just think about this, guys. This poor girl. I'll put her name up there. I don't know how to say her last name. I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, this poor girl, I mean, she gets sex trafficked by Epstein. She has to get sexually abused by Andrew Mottenbatten, whatever the hell his name is, Windsor, or whatever the heck they call him. And then and then who the hell knows who else too? I mean, that was just one person. And then as all this stuff happened to her throughout her poor life. And then obviously, finally, I'm sure she's told the story a million times. No one ever believed her. And then finally, people come around and say, "Oh my goodness, this probably did happen." She finally gets to sue this douchebag Mottenbatten, this guy, and then yeah, she does all that. She wins a ton of money. Like, didn't she win over like $10 million and or something like that? I know he was like selling houses and selling everything so he could pay the judgments and stuff like that to her. And so she gets all this money. She gets a book deal. She gets a ton of stuff. I mean, she's probably doing better than she ever had in her entire life. She's got all these people behind her now that believe in her, believe the story, know it's true, know how terrible the things that happened to her. And and then she just goes and commits suicide. Like, does that make any sense to anybody? I mean, nobody else thinks about that. And then she had moved to like the UK to try to get away from everything. Like, wasn't she like over in the UK or something and like moving and bought it like a new house? And like I said, and said multiple times, I am never going to be suicidal. It won't ever happen. And yeah, I would think that if she was going to do that, it would have been years before the fact that she had just gotten like a big judgment, got to finally sue him, see him kind of his demise, see him go down, all that shit, Epstein, all of them, kind of take them all down herself. Honestly, she was it. She was the start of it, and then out of nowhere, she just commits suicide. Like, that doesn't seem really odd to everybody. I mean, it seems really odd to me. I just don't see it happening. I would see that she would finally go out and on her merry way and buy her like dream house and live her life the best way that she could now that she's probably able to do it. And then she goes and commits suicide. That seems so bizarre, guys. I mean, literally seems so bizarre. And so yeah, that's the story you get. So yeah, so Epstein committed suicide and she committed suicide. That they definitely, both of them didn't commit suicide. She was murdered and so was he. And yeah, it's terrible. I guess he should have been murdered, but we should have gotten a lot of information out of him first. And she should still be walking around enjoying herself, to be completely honest with you. Poor Virginia. So, yeah, it's terrible, guys. It's absolutely terrible. For $16 million, she settled. Look at this, guys. I'm telling you. She settled a settlement. She reached a settlement with Prince Andrew, good old Mountbatten, estimated at over $16 million. And then she went and committed suicide right after that, after she gets paid $16 million. But after she just struggled her entire life with all this shit, took them down, took Epstein out, took them all out completely, like destroyed the royal family. And then she went and committed suicide after all that. Like, that doesn't even that makes about this much sense. 0.0% sense that makes. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it definitely didn't happen. So yeah, it's so crazy that like they would even try to pass that along and try to tell people that even happened, because we all know damn right that didn't happen right there, and we all know damn right that Epstein didn't kill himself either. It was definitely murder, and they had to take him out. He just knew too much on too many people, and it was just too crazy. So that's what you have. And it is kind of bizarre, to be completely honest with you. Just like, again, like I was saying, Obama's chef, like, what did that guy know? They took that dude out. And like you're saying, laptop travel, there's a slew of people that have been around the Clintons that have been just wiped off this face of this earth. I mean, just completely just gone. And lots of people, I mean, over a dozen, I know that. It's really, really bizarre and mysterious. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, it's like the mafia, I must say. It's bizarre. It's so crazy. But yeah, poor girl Virginia. I always think about that. I often think about it, to be honest. I'm like, this poor girl. I mean, the shit she went through her entire life, and to finally take these idiots down and just like and finally be on top and win, and to say and win that kind of money too, and to say that she committed suicide, like, it would never happen. And the fact that she had said so many times she would never do it, you got to believe somebody like that. She'd already been through enough. She would have done it years ago, trust me. She had already been through the ringer. Her life was finally getting better now. She was finally getting her life better because, again, she took Epstein down. She took Mottenbotten down. She took them all down, and she was getting paid for it. And she had a whole group of people behind her, the whole world. She literally had the entire world behind her. You don't just go and commit suicide. You live your life. She wrote a book. She was living her life. And yeah, they took her out. And that's crazy, guys. That is completely sad. So it's wild, guys. And MS in Florida 79 said, I'm speaking your language. I just try to speak the truth. You guys know that. I just tell it how I see it. But again, we try to see things in a reality and not be never let politics or anything kind of give us blinders. I don't like it. I don't care. I tell you, is the things I like about Trump, what I don't like about Trump, what I like about what's going on in the world, and what's real and what's not. And we do it with the stock market. I do it with everything. You guys know that. But yeah, I'm just talking the truth here. I mean, it's just mind boggling to me. Just like when I talk about the whole Joe Exotic thing. I mean, it's really bizarre what goes on in this world. And when you sit back and think about it, like, that guy's in prison for could you imagine spending 8 years of your life in a federal prison? And I've been I've not like way into it, but that I tell you, listen, the dude Ian Bick, I like him. I talked to him on Facebook. He's a really nice dude. We message back and forth. He's a really cool dude. As a matter of fact, he's the dude that told me which lighting to buy. I asked him, I said, yeah, what lighting do you have? And he told me. And I went and bought them, and they're great. I was like, man, if somebody just told me this like a year ago. So yeah, thanks to Ian. He told me which lights to buy, and it definitely worked. They worked out great. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, he does all the prison stories. I listen to some of the prison show, his interviews and stuff. And yeah, I mean, you talking about like federal prison. This shit's not easy, guys. I mean, people are getting stabbed every single day. It's crazy in there. So you got a guy in there for 8 years. Could you imagine being in a federal prison for 8 years? And like, you know that you didn't do anything wrong. Every single person, so they commit they charge you with crimes, and every single person that was involved with it says that you didn't do anything, but you're still sitting in prison. Could you imagine that happened to you? I mean, that would make you crazy. That would make me insane. I would be like, is there like really a God out there? Like, what the hell is going on? I don't get this. And so yeah, that's how I literally got involved with the Joe Exotic. I just kind of look at things and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense to me. And again, let's reel ourselves back to reality and live like we should, like normal human beings, and actually like think like normal human beings. So yeah, I don't get it. And I talk about these things, and I guess I'm not the only one that thinks that way, because you guys are saying that, yeah, I'm speaking your language too. So I guess we're all in agreement. But yeah, that's just the way I see things. So yeah, I don't understand how Joe Exotic's still in prison. I don't understand how people think that this Virginia girl, poor girl, committed suicide. The Obama chef didn't commit suicide. Epstein didn't commit suicide. And all the people that were involved with the Clintons didn't commit suicide. These people were murdered. I mean, it's just clear as day. I mean, it's especially poor Virginia. I mean, like I said, we can't explain it clear enough. She did not commit suicide, and that I'm telling you, I think about that pretty not every day, but I think about. I'm like, that poor girl. Like, she's not even on this earth anymore after all the shit she went through. She's not even here to enjoy. What she should be able to enjoy, and somebody took her out, and that's so crazy, guys. So yeah, I guess anybody could go at any time. That's for sure. And I guess if you do listen to the Ian Bick show and them things, he does a lot of the mafia guys. Their stories are crazy too. These guys just talk about going and killing people. It's pretty wild. They're like, oh yeah, we got the contract to do a hit, so we went down to New York and just shot this dude. It's like, what is that? Like, could you imagine living that life? That is some crazy shit right there. I'm not gonna lie. So I guess you got to be looking over your shoulder at every moment at that point. But yeah, I mean, that's not the life that Virginia was trying to get into. Obviously, them guys know what's coming for them. They're expecting it anyway, so they know what goes around comes around. And like I said, that poor girl was just trying to start her life over again, and someone wiped her out because she just knew too much. She just knew everything that had happened, and they couldn't do it. And I wouldn't doubt if good old Martin Botten had something to do with it. I mean, the dude's life got destroyed. I mean, she literally destroyed Andrew Botten Windsor. She destroyed his life. I mean, he destroyed her life first. Let's not forget that. But she just went back and like literally ripped him to shreds, and she should have. And he's still going. He's still getting ripped to shreds, and she's not even here to enjoy it. That's the sad part, guys. Like, she should be here, like, loving what's going on with this fucking jerk off, and she can't even be here to enjoy it because they took her out. Political mafias. I agree. It's crazy, guys. So anyway, just something I was thinking about. I was thinking about it earlier, so I guess that's probably why I brought it up tonight. But yeah, it just kind of it bothers me. I'm just like, I just don't understand how these things work like this. And then for like the media to tell you, like, any media that ever said that she committed suicide, they should be sued. Like, they don't did they ever even do research? What did they do? They listened to one person that came out with the story over there who probably got paid to put out the story, I'm sure. Like, I don't even get how that could happen, because if you think about it, there's no way she committed suicide. So anyway, we'll get off of that. But yeah, on both sides of the law, getting away with all and especially the money. Yeah, they get away with everything. It's crazy, guys. So anyway, there you go. A little life talk, I guess, right there after the stock market, because the stock market's not looking too bad. Like I said, check out Google in the morning. Apple still looks good. It's down a little in the after hours, not too bad. I think gold and silver could get moving again. They are not looking bad. I mean, look at it in the after hours. That will tell you right there. So keep an eye on that. And then play is not looking bad either, because we just talked about the other day. I said it was a good play, and your Toyota motor looking pretty good. So there are some good ones right here. And of course, Southwest was looking pretty good. So keep an eye on that to go flying. And there you go, everybody. I'd say that's a pretty fun market review and life talk right there about Epstein and all crazy stuff. But yeah, just some wild stuff that goes on in this world. So just a little things to think about. And I guess we got started from the like I said, the Bill Gates email to Epstein. And again, I just find it bizarre that he's asking Epstein for any kind of medicine, because I would think Bill Gates would have a doctor in his back pocket with no problem. Maybe like 50 of them, as a matter of fact, that could easily and discreetly help him out, and probably somehow even discreetly get it to Melinda without him even doing it. And yeah, I just don't see him obviously emailing Epstein about that. It's all kind of weird, guys. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go read them emails, because like I said, I had to read them a couple times and then have ChatGPT talk to me like I was 5. But I did get the gist of it. And like I said, my wife was telling me too, and we were talking about the other night, and I was just like, yeah, this is so bizarre. Everything is so weird. And I think that's where I really started think about like that poor girl Virginia, because you start thinking about this Epstein character and how he really got taken down, and it was her, really. I mean, she kind of took it all down. I think I believe she was the start of it all, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I know she took down Mottenbot. She definitely took him out. That picture surfaced of her with Mottenbot and then Giselle Maxwell in the background. I'm pretty sure that was the picture that kind of started it all. And yeah. So yeah, I was thinking about that and just like, wow, that's so bizarre. Like she had just gotten like a huge settlement and then they said that she commits suicide. I'm like, that is really weird and definitely didn't happen. Like definitely didn't happen. And so that's how I thought about it. But anyway, there you go. We'll just end on that note right there. And thank you everybody for tuning in, chiming in right there, hanging out. Janica, of course, and MS in Florida right there. Thanks for chiming in, and everybody. Like I said, I don't always know everybody hanging out, watching the replays, or even tuning in live, but I greatly appreciate everybody that does, and everybody that does chime in. Luis and Rodriguez and Laptop Travel, of course. Sam's usually here. He might be here. Of course, Zach's hanging out. And everybody else that always hangs out with us every night, Doge Mama 9 and the rest of the crew. And you guys know we'll be on at 7 a.m. to do our pre-market show. We'll see what's going on with Palantir in the morning, with Apple, Google, and the SPY. And let's see, can you imagine if we can catch the SPY at $69 right here on this candle? Let's see if that happens again tomorrow. I'm going to set my buy for $70 and see if I can hit it. No, I'm just kidding. It's definitely got to be a glitch of some sort right there. We'll see if it gets fixed in the morning, if it just like straightens itself out. It's really weird though. I kept clicking on it and going back because I was like, that definitely didn't happen there. And I was like, I'm definitely clicking on the SPY though, but that didn't happen. I don't know. Why does it say State Street Spider? I don't even know. Does it always say that? I have no idea. But anyway, that's their SPY right there. And yeah, it said it took a big dip, but it did not. And that's what we have for you for tonight. Crypto, yeah, like I said, I think it still has some time to set up. Bitcoin's at 78,000, just over 78K right now. So I don't think it's going to go ballistic at any point. Not overnight anyway, let's put it that way. So we'll check it out, and I doubt it will tomorrow either. So we'll be checking that out and seeing what wants to happen and what the best opportunities are. So thanks again, everybody. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Be sure to tune in at 7 a.m. for the pre-market show. Be sure to like the show on your way out of here and follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the morning. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you at 7 a.m.